I wanted to spend more time working on pieces and try and experiment working in a gallery for once, where I can take time over one piece as opposed to 2 seconds or 5 minutes. And the feeling of the work changed because I had more time, and it was like how to represent these bits of cardboard best in a gallery environment as opposed to on the streets where you haven't got that, background element of where it is, drain pipe or bin, or and it's a difficult thing to do. It's like there's one of a burnt out pub with a guy sitting outside it, so I thought it'd be cool to kind of burn the frame, so you're bringing the image continues outside that frame, the concept, where it's like, there's installation art and there's concept stuff, and I don't see why a traditional painting on the wall can't be a piece of concept art as well, contained within a box environment, the actual outside frame. Something's happening there, and you're going to stick it on your wall if you're going to have it. You might as well have, if it's taking up space, have something, going on with it, or a bit of interest, I mean, this show, I just had, just try to have as much fun as possible, mucking about, or, experimenting with different ideas and techniques, or, I'd have an idea and try and think the best way to tackle it, like in what form, 3D, or, what objects to use. Yeah, it's been quite funny. I've cut up a lot of kind of bits of my house to kind of finish up the painting, but it's quite nice because you get really wrapped up in it. You're like, oh, I need a hubcap, I need something, or you're looking around your house or wherever you are to find an object to fit that. So you're like, it's quite an interesting kind of spatial awareness of your environment to make something. Of what you make a painting of your own environment, what you're using, and it becomes what you are as sometimes as a person. It's like it's got a personality to the objects in it, and using your jumpers and stuff. And it's really coming from you. It was living where I do. I live in West Ham, and it's quite an interesting area. And you live in your environment, and you try and paint your environment or capture it somehow, express yourself. And, I wanted to kind of break the painting apart again by maybe doing figurative stuff, but using photography or using the actual environment where I am, and bits around housing estates near my house, and burnt out cars and that kind of thing. Using digital photography where you can capture it and then tweak it, blow it up, and then print it onto the background of your image kind of thing. It's another kind of boundary for me. I broke a boundary in terms of media, mixing media and use, and how you can have you can take photography. You can take an image, but it has to work with whatever you're using with it. And I'm never trained as a photographer, so it's all fun for me to learn. Walk around with a camera. I'm never used to that, it's quite weird. What I get out of it is I learn more different techniques, and I find different ways of using media and stuff, and it's a new thing, it's a new direction, and refining it only comes from a lot of doing it, and you learn the tricks and you learn what works and what doesn't, and then you go off in another direction, and so it's kind of, it's kind of striving for perfection, but without really being serious about it. You're making mistakes, but using those mistakes, to kind of make something different. Make a different painting from the last one, so the styles evolve, but try and still make it recognisable that I did it, but have some kind of feeling and passion in it. If I did two the same, maybe the second one would lose all passion, because people would, you've done that one, the first one, that's where the passion was. I wouldn't want to do a show where all the paintings look very similar in that sense. Like I paint them all at the same time. I'd paint a piece and then I'd get it out of my room, and then I'd clear my head and paint another piece, forgetting what the last piece was. I love playing with my line of my hand, the brush line, the line of my wrist, and the shape. And for the pots, to work on another media, but still keep a line in and use the line. And working with Dan Kelly, his shapes were kind of. His pots are very figurative in terms of like feminine shapes and what have you. And I wanted to collaborate. I wanted to use his line of shape and use my line and kind of give them equal play as an object. So he's using his methods and how he wants them to look. And it's kind of experimenting with different kind of pigments in clay and shines, and I don't know the technical words, but you know, it's like similar to my cardboard, where I'm experimenting with different kind of media and doing it on pots, scratching into it, and you know, it's a good learning thing. Hopefully people don't necessarily recognise instantly that it's cardboard that's painted on. They look at the image first, and then they peel back the layers of the image, what the image means, and you see, oh, you know, he's got a line through his face, or it's cut. Oh, that's part of the cardboard. It kind of means, you know, there's meaning in the texture and the surface as well as the image. I'm really into that kind of capturing cultural feelings without being political so much, not using that side of things, but just feelings of different people and how they relate. Like there's one painting in this show called The Believers, and it's like a kind of like a football football guy with England tattoos, kind of, with his arms around two like Muslim women in full veil, and they both have, you know, beliefs, very, you know, in what they do with their life, be it football, be it religion. These people believe in something, you know, and you can be reunited. You can be united with that kind of feeling in just, you know, wanting to have something to kind of hold on to in life and really believe, you know. And I like playing with the contrast of different cultures like that, and how, you know, we're just people, and it should be, you all live around the corner from each other, and, you know, it's kind of mixtures of that kind of experience, life experience, different people.